in this motorcycle, if he was not a customer, if we were just imposing him on the bike, as some of our competitors do, they pluck people out from Bollywood and the cricket team and put them on the motorcycle, hoping that the consumer is a fool. He will think ki aisa hota hai. It would not happen. I mean, we would not dare to do this with Shahrukh and a Pulsar, because it's just not up to his class and standard. But now we have credibility in terms of fantastic brand. We have very special customers. So I think the next step should be to race, and I'm sure Amit will be working on it. And very soon, just as KTM has been winning all around the world, I'm sure starting next year, we will win in India as well.
Shahrukh, hi. मैं सुशांत रंजन, लोकमत समाचार से। आपने बॉलीवुड की ज़्यादातर हीरोइनों के साथ डांस किया है। हॉलीवुड की किस हीरोइन के साथ आप डांस करना चाहेंगे?
नमस्कार सुशांत। अभी तो ऐसा मतलब मैंने कभी जो हमारी हिंदी फिल्म की हीरोइंस भी हैं, मैं चूज नहीं करता हूँ कि यार मंडे को कटरीना के साथ डांस करूंगा, ट्यूसडे को दीपिका के साथ। हमारा ऐसे ही है, जो किस्मत में मिल जाए उसके साथ डांस कर लेते हैं। तो हॉलीवुड की भी यही एक्सटेंशन है कि जो किस्मत में लिखा होगा, हम मेहनत करने वाले लोग हैं। बड़ा मुश्किल काम है हमारा, नियरली एज डिफिकल्ट एज मेकिंग मोटरसाइकिल्स। तो जो अगर वो डांस नहीं, एक्चुअली एक्ट करने का कभी मुझे मौका मिले तो मेरे दिल में सचमुच ऑन अ सीरियस नोट, जो आई थिंक दुनिया की बेहतरीन एक्टर्स में से एक हैं, मेरिल स्ट्रीप, आई थिंक इज वन ऑफ द फाइनेस्ट एक्टर्स दैट आई हैव एनकाउंटर्ड टू वॉच और टू लर्न फ्रॉम। एंड मैं कभी मिला नहीं हूँ। मैं एक बार एक गोल्डन ग्लोब अवार्ड में मैं उनको सामने बैठे हुए देखा था, तो उन्होंने मुझे वेव आउट किया था, तो मैंने भी बहुत तेज किया था। हालांकि मुझे नहीं कर रही थी, वो किसी को पीछे कर रही थी। मैं कहा यार मैं ही करता हूँ, शायद कुछ हो जाए। बट आई थिंक वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट एक्टर्स, इफ आई गेट एन अपॉर्चुनिटी इवन टू सी हर वर्क, आई वुड लाइक टू डू दैट एंड लर्न फ्रॉम हर।
Question from the business fraternity, Hindu business line. Yeah, Alka, that's for you.
Mr. Khan and Mr. Bajaj, actually this is for the two of you. Can we expect to see motorcycles on the silver screen? Mr. Shahrukh Khan, would you tell us, would you like to do a movie with a motorcycle as a branding exercise for the Judge?
No, I would never do it as a branding exercise. I don't think either Rajiv or Bajaj will want that. I would do it because I love it. And inshallah, as soon as I
see you riding a KTM on the silver screen,
I would love to do it actually. मैं चाह रहा था, लेकिन जब हमने शुरुआत की थी इस फिल्म की, तो हमको एक्चुअली 4-5 मोटरसाइकिल्स चाहिए थी। एंड वी हैव टू, व्हेन वी आर डूइंग स्टंट्स, वी हैव टू सूप इट अप अ लिटिल बिट। तो इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट फिल्म के अंदर, और मेरी सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम ये है कि मुझे कोई फिल्मों में ऐसे रोल नहीं देता है थोड़ा माचो वाले। So as soon as I get one, and I would really love to use it. I was actually not for the press conference. I was just going to tell Rajiv sir after seeing the videos also that I'm shooting a film in Dubai now. If it's possible to arrange this motorcycle race and the stunts they're doing, and if I could participate in it and utilize the motorcycle, so I'm going to for Happy New Year, the one I'm going to shoot now. So I was going to ask him personally, and let me see if I can. But otherwise, yes, most certainly, whenever there is a motorcycle sequence befitting the KTM, I would really like to do it, most certainly.
Okay, next question, lady at the back, yeah, Sakal.
Hi, Tanya here. For SRK, the question is, so you have tasted success with Kolkata Knight Riders, now the Chennai Express. So I was wondering what's coming up next with Delhi, Mumbai, anything in the anvil? Anything coming up? Both have been very successful.
Delhi का तो मैं हुई, so that itself is quite successful.
मुंबई के लिए?
और मुंबई में काम करता हूँ।
तो
वो तो है। And ऐसा अभी मैंने सुना है 29 प्रांत है हमारे, if I'm not mistaken, 29 states.
Yeah.
So अभी तो बहुत बाकी हैं, 25 बाकी हैं.
Okay.
And
what adventure sports other than bike races do you enjoy?
Sorry,
what other adventure sports do you really enjoy?
I indulge in with all the broken bones that I have, so I have to be a little careful. But my son and all, I've done a bit of mountaineering with him. I like rock climbing. So when he was younger, I used to do that. Skiing, and I'm pathetic. My daughter and my son are fantastic at it. They went on to the black slopes, in about 5 days. I was still on the baby slopes, and there are lots of them actually. I want to take them river rafting. And my kids are very adventurous, and I missed out on my childhood because I started working or whatever. But genuinely, motorcycling is one thing. I'm going to introduce my son to it. And the good part is I have someone like Rajiv to guide us, because he genuinely always talks about the safety concerns. Even for this cycle, I have an amazing amount of gear that I've got. There's a specific name for it, power gear. It's fantastic it is. एक दो बार मैंने मोटरसाइकिल पे बिना चढ़े पहन के मैं अपने आप को कूली शीशे में देख रहा था. And I like the whole vibe of it. So inshallah, 100%. This is one thing I'd like my son to take on. And be safe about it. And I like to say to everyone, all you boys who are bike enthusiasts, everything. Yesterday I was in town and I had about 100 bikers following me around because I'd gone to the movie theater. And all I wanted to do was stop and tell them that bike riding is fantastic. Do it with the speed, beat the wind if you have to. But you've got to be very, very safe. You have to be very, very extremely safe. So make sure all the gear that you get with your motorcycles, the KTM gear, and you should wear it. It looks cooler than just not wearing it, I think.
Shahrukh, one question for you. You spoke just now about motorbikes, inspiring you, and you are such an inspiration for so many of us. I really want to know, what is it that inspires you?
Honestly, I mean, the world that I'm not used to inspires me. My work is, I get up in the morning and I work very hard like all of us do, and I do my job to the best of my capability and then leave the rest. But when I came, and this is not just for the fact that I'm here, Rajiv is aware of this, I must have spoken to at least 20 people that how work is done in the factory, in the assembly line that I went and saw. It is mind-boggling. To be able to do.
We have visited him many times.
Sorry?
We have visited the plants many times.
Yeah,
it's
it is
really awesome.
mind-boggling. I mean, Chakan, that's how you pronounce it. The plants that I've been to, and that's all. When I met Rajiv also, all he kept saying, "Ek baar plant mein aao." And I'll be honest, but the plant mein kya dekhunga main? I always felt like that. But I went there, and it is. I had my people with me. I had to fly back for work, and everybody was, "Sir, ho gaya chalo. Sir, ho gaya chalo." And poor Rajiv was saying it, "Ki aap baad mein dekh lena ye." But it was so intriguing. To be able to put something together like this, a machine, and with so many people, with such precision, I think these kind of things really inspire me. It inspires me. I make a big film. Sometimes it doesn't do well. People criticize it, question it. And when I met him, I was coming from a downer. And believe you me, when I came, I failed, not failed actually, but it was not appreciated to the extent my film Ravan. And I was like, कि अरे यार मैंने एक नया चीज किया, कुछ कोशिश किया, लोग को इतना पसंद नहीं आया, whatever. I did it for my children and a lot of hard work. And I came to his factory and I told him, I'm going to go and make bigger, better, and even more precise, because this is inspirational. That if you can do such a big thing, I can't be scared with a small little setback. So I think things like this genuinely inspire me, and that visit did. And I also told him that if I do well in the next one, big one that I make, so on the side, instead of writing SRK and all, we just name it King's Top Machine. And King KTM should stand for that. So I'm going to request that for my own branding.
Shahrukh, I have something for you. I'm an author and I write inspirational books. And this is something that I really wanted you to read, because it's a book of letters from fathers to daughters. And this is something that I really want you to read.
Thank you very much. This is
Okay, can we have the next question, please? There's time for two more questions.
Mr. Bajaj?
So,
Mr. Bajaj,
we've had a lot of questions from the media. Okay, Kartika, go ahead. After that, we'll come to you. So, three more questions. Kartika.
Mr. Bajaj, I just wanted to know, are we going to see the Fed KTM bike in Mumbai sooner than 2014, considering November 1st is just around the corner?
Considering what? Sorry?
November 1st is just around the corner.
Let me surprise him. I don't want to answer that question. But
he's stingy, I'm telling you.
अब मेरा बाप मारवाड़ी है तो मैं क्या करूँ यार? Exchange offer. But since Shahrukh has been so nice and so generous with his comments, let me draw your attention to the fact that there are three types of people in this room. There's our colleague Pradeep Srivastava, who actually went to IIT Delhi. He was brilliant enough to go there, brilliant enough to do very well, and he's actually applying his engineering, making motorcycles. The other extreme is me. I knew I would never get into IIT, so I decided not to try, because I think when you want to win a battle, the most intelligent decision you make is which battle you fight and which battle you don't fight. So I decided not to try. And the third guy is this guy on my right, and he told me once that although he had a passion for what he does now, his mum was very keen that he should go to IIT. And look at the audacity of the man. He appeared for the examination, he got in, and he rejected the admission, and he never went to IIT. So, that is a different kind of brilliance. In that sense, I'm happy he has not rejected KTM yet. So, yes, we are going to put together a very special KTM for him, but I'm not going to describe it because I want to surprise him, assuming he invites me to his birthday again on 2nd of November. Sorry, what? To place in the movie. See, I have done the best thing one can do. I have the best friend in Bollywood. अब आगे की दोस्ती ये अदा करेंगे, जब जब चांस मिलेगा ये बाइक लगा देंगे पीछे.
Okay, one question from a KTM owner. Black T-shirt.
You're doing a touring trip around the world or around the most beautiful places in India, because by the time KTM Adventure would also be here. So just imagine yourself doing something for you, because Chennai Express for everything do for the people like us, right? Why don't you want to just go around and explore the world, which you don't do when you go just for shooting to Switzerland or to Australia or anything. Just go for the sake of yourself.
I'd love to, and now with my children growing up, there are days when I think I should just take off. But I'll be honest, I don't want to sound too serious, but I'm honest. I think my life is dedicated in service of entertainment. And there are days when I really want to take off. I want to sit down on a KTM and just go for a ride, let my hair down and, drive down to Goa, or, how the guys do it. I have some friends who go out for night rides. They call me, and but somehow I just feel that there is a certain amount of work always stuffed in us, and I need to make sure that I deliver that first, and inshallah I'll be young enough. I have a long life, and I'm going to go for a world tour on a KTM adventure, inshallah. It's really nice, especially when you're shooting, they close all the roads. So you don't have to worry. And I was driving all over the place. As a matter of fact, that whole road to the hotel, was taken so that we can shoot because the cars were traveling. So I felt like quite a king here because, there's nothing to worry about. Samne do char gaadiyan hai. There's all army and police next to me. So I felt, as a matter of fact, let me tell you the funniest story. One of the rides we were doing, and we started, so I was in the uniform. And Katrina wanted to go back to the hotel in that. So I sat with her and we drove back. And I remember all the army guys, because you're supposed to be on duty, not be riding bikes with the girls. And I can remember, hey, ye kaun hai? And they were so, because I was wearing a helmet and stuff, so they didn't even know. So that was quite a ride. But yeah, I really liked it. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. And like I said, when my kids grow up now, are further little become adults and they can ride a bike, I'd really like to do that kind of trip. Just put a backpack and take a bike and go all around the world, inshallah.
A lady in that check shirt, and then the last question of the day. Okay.
Shahrukh, you had tested commercial success to Chennai Express, and there is a certain section of audience who like to see you in the roles like Chak De India and Swades. So what do you enjoy more doing?
See, I'm a professional actor, so I just like to act. And because I don't do too much work, I do a couple of films a year. And I have to be in a state of mind. There are a lot of givens, there are set parameters. Like one is that I have to be in a state of mind to be wanting to do a certain kind of film within the space that I have. Second is somebody needs to be making that kind of film which I want to do. And the third is, special films happen. I always say films choose you. You don't choose films. And I'm extremely honest to my work. I have never done a film for any other reason but because my heart tells me to. And I've gone wrong, I've gone right, but the process of making that film has been the most enjoyable. Which is exactly the same, when I came and visit this factory, the process is enjoyable. Because the end result is going to change the lifestyle of the consumer. like in this, you make it beautiful, so somebody like our friend from Chennai writing, he enjoys that. So to me, I believe the process is enjoyable. My last consumer, the audience will like it. I understand, people like Chak De, I love it as much. Chennai Express, I love it as much. For me, it's just a process of trying to make people entertained. There are very few films which will take both, strains of thought, intellectual and entertainment, and mix it. Chak De was one of them. Sudesh wasn't actually, because Sudesh commercially wasn't the film that we would have liked it to be, but people love that film. Dil Wale maybe, so some films happen like that. So I'm always on the lookout. I'm always talking to directors and producers. There is a little unfortunate bit that when I come into a film, people assume it's going to be a bigger film, and they kind of change their way of thinking also. But having said that, I do try my best wherever I can get the balance, and I'm in a state of mind to do a different film right now, and hopefully it'll come through. I need to have a director who's wanting to do a film like that. So yes, whenever, but I don't have any personal, okay, I'll do a commercial film now, I need to have success like this. I've had too long a run to actually spend time thinking about an individual film. For me, entertainment has become much bigger than just the fate of one film. I'm happy for Chennai. I was extremely happy when Chak De happened. Whichever film I do, I'm extremely happy doing. Otherwise, I would never do it, because my promise to my audience is, I would never subject you to anything that I wasn't happy doing. Sometimes it will make you happy, sometimes it won't. But I will be true to myself as an actor, as an entertainer, that I was very happy doing it. I'm sorry it didn't work for you this time. I'm extremely happy it worked for you. But they won't be lying about the reason I did the film.
शाहरुख, रक्षाबंधन के लिए आप क्या करने वाले हैं? रक्षाबंधन के लिए आप क्या करने वाले हैं, शाहरुख? शाहरुख,
हाँ,
रक्षाबंधन के लिए आप क्या करने वाले
मैं
हैं?
सब लड़कियों से बहुत दूर रहने वाला हूँ.
Okay, last question. Okay, yeah.
Okay, this, like they said, it's going to be a last question. I don't have a question, actually I have a request. Two requests. One is, after the Chennai Express movie, you would have got few words out of Tamil, so you can speak something, or even a word or so. The second request is, when you were dancing the first jig, we couldn't see. Most of the camera guys were in the front. So probably without the camera guys, we would like you to perform one.
Okay, this is bad for business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to request you to see the dancing, buy the ticket today. I'm going to even tell you the cinema theaters, see it there, because I cannot keep on ये करूँगा तो picture नहीं चलेगी यार, दूसरी picture आगे निकल जाएंगी. So please, for the sake of business, मुझे राजीव ने सिखाया. Or the Tamil that I've learnt is the one where the bad guy, obviously you haven't seen the film. Tangabali tells me, and he says, Uirode Vandani, Uirode Pomate, Vetti peace, Aki Parson and Upidave.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Shahrukh, you've spoken so much about your visit here.
No,
right here.
it's over.
Just one last
Okay,
one.
Amit is very strict. Okay, can we give them 5 minutes more? Amit,
Okay, sure.
Hi, Shahrukh. You've spoken so much about your visit to the Chakan plant, and you've spoken about your experience there. Has this been a life-changing experience for you, and what exactly? I mean, what has it taught you? What has it gained out of you?
Say it again.
Has it been a life-changing experience for you?
It is actually the way I look at work, at least. Personally, to be really honest, all of us are very simple, regular people. But when I saw the extent of work being done, it's like running a small city, or a big city actually. The way people are, I even had a chat with most of the workers. The organizational aspect, while, I've always felt, and, when things get too organized, too corporatized, I always feel there is some kind of non-human touch in it. But what really turned me on was that, when I went to this plant, it was very personal, very warm, and extremely organized. And I've always maintained this, in filmmaking, you need to have a personality-driven business. You cannot completely corporatize it. But when I went to the office, there's all the gentlemen here, Pradeep, Ravi, everyone, they're also warm and nice and friends with each other. The workers are friendly with each other and the management. And then they're so organized and get their job done with a lot of happiness and ease. I think it really has. I started thinking bigger. I was in the middle of making a big office. And most of my friends and partners and, Shahrukh, you don't need it. I have a very big VFX unit, which is extremely expensive with 250 people working. And I'm always wary because I'm not a businessman by nature. So I used to get worried, is it the right thing I'm doing? And I remember I told Rajiv when I went back, I was in two minds. Do I set this up at the extent of international level that I need to, or should I just let things be? I came back in 24 hours. I told everyone that the VFX unit has to be of the international standard. Whatever the investment, we're going to see through this, because if you don't believe big and if you don't organize big, I don't think you're going to change the status of the country as businessmen also. So it's been quite a life-changing experience. And whenever I feel a little, because like I said, I'm not a businessman, I get sometimes thwarted and I get like a little, am I doing the right thing? I'm an actor. For me the easiest thing is to just be and be a superstar and roam around in good cars and earn money like that. But whenever I get thwarted, I call him and I say, I'm going to come and see the plant. I get inspired again, because I really want to learn more than from Bajaj Auto, more than from Rajiv as a friend, more than all the management. Just to go there and feel the energy. I think that's been quite a life-changing thing for me as far as work is concerned, most certainly. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
So Mr. Khan is leaving, so as he leaves, we request you to put in a large round of applause,